We just happened to go in this new display home and Gary was there and showed us around, and we just liked his attitude and we were just automatically attracted to the way he sort of was selling. We just liked him straight away.
But the first thing I noticed was that Gary was there welcoming everybody individually and then circulating through the property, chatting to people, answering their queries and showing them the advantages of the property.
The process that Gary went through for the Elizabeth property was very professional. First of all, we went through a marketing plan and how that would be sold to the marketplace, and then after that there were opens because the property was tenanted, and we went through and found a buyer who wished to purchase.
Once we decided to proceed with that, we engaged Gary to sell our houses for us. He sold my partner's house first at Hillbank, and then when I was ready to sell my house at Powlowry, I engaged Gary to be my agent to sell my property for me.
If I'm not wrong, I gave him the first listing maybe a few years ago, and he got me the desired result, rather I should say more than the desired results, what I was expecting. And that's how we developed a relationship, and which went forward for long years, and it's been going good till now as well.
Recently we have a really very good experience in one of my development site, and he had just sold in first 2 weeks. That's really fun. I gave Gary a couple of time challenges, and always he did a wonderful job for that.
Gary Brar is a very charismatic and delightful young man. He's very proactive, client motivated, and that exceeds all the expectations. His negotiation skills are outstanding. He was successful in getting us the top price, and the property was sold within the first week of signing the contract.
I first contacted Gary Brar after seeing an ad in the paper for a property that he had for sale, and we couldn't make the open time, but he organised for us to see it at a different time, which worked in our favour because we got to meet the vendor and speak to Gary as well.
So Gary gave me lots of tips about what to do with the house, especially the front yard. Putting down the right colour of bark really made the house pop, and that's testament to how it actually looked online, and I think it made a wonderful impression. Everyone that looked at it said it looked amazing. He's enthusiastic and diligent, and he kept to his word.
Yeah, I met Gary to one of the house inspection. I came there. He educates the buyer as well and the seller, because I'm both.
The first time I met Gary was 6 months ago at a Powlowry inspection. He was efficient and good. It took me 5 to 10 minutes just to sign a contract because that's how convincing he was, and it was nice and kind and honest. His honesty was really good.
Gary's customer service was fantastic. He was straight to the point, told me exactly what to expect. He was honest. He was very flexible too, offering coming to my work to talk to me.
Gary Brar has sold 7 properties of mine in the last 18 months. I like Gary Brar because of his professional approach to his work and his in-depth knowledge of the Adelaide property market.
What Gary did tell me, which I was totally unaware of, was that because it was a brand new property, I could actually get a licence to occupy, and that meant that I could move in a few days before the settlement date, and that was a really big help. So overall, if I had to sell my house, I would definitely give Gary a call. I think he's very knowledgeable about the market and the prices, and I think he's got a good network of people that he knows. He seems to have a number of clients on his books, people looking for houses, as well as people wanting to sell houses. So I would recommend him to friends and family as well if I needed to.
And he was the one that we chose because we were very happy with his personality and his attitude towards selling houses, and he wasn't too pushy for us. He made us feel very comfortable. That he sold our house in 2 weeks, so we had a lot of interaction with him, and I would put all my trust in him. And not only that, it's the after service, after he sells your house, he keeps in touch, and we even got a movie night.
I would definitely recommend Gary Brar to any friends or family or anyone that was asking me.
Gary made it possible for me to move in my own house, and in the future, if I want to sell or something, I would recommend him to my friends and family because he gets things done the right way.
I've been very happy with him in terms of his professional behavior and everything, and I recommend him for every other people and developers in the area just to have a chat with him even once, and they will be happy with the chat and they can go a long way ahead with it. Gary is thorough professional, and I will recommend him for all my future developments. And he's like a family, like everybody has got a family doctor, family lawyer. He is our family real estate agent. Thank you.
For any professional and honest advice, I highly recommend Gary Brar. Please ring him once if you're going to be buy any property or want to sell any property. He will give you honest advice. Thank you.
Gary assisted us to convert what could have been a traumatic experience for us into a smooth transition. We have no hesitation at all in recommending Gary to all the potential buyers and sellers. His negotiation skills are outstanding. He was successful in getting us the top price, and the property was sold within the first week of signing the contract.
Yeah, if I was to sell the house, we would definitely use Gary because he was so friendly, so courteous, and just provided great service, was always available if we had any problems. And if anybody that I knew, family, friends, were looking to sell or to buy, would certainly recommend Gary for them too.
So if I sell in the future, I'm definitely going to call Gary because I just found his professionalism.
If I was to ever sell my house, I will look again for Gary because he was fantastic. Like I said, very friendly, very helpful, point me all in the right directions on what to do and what to expect. Advice. I have actually mentioned his name already to a few friends that were looking at buying. I know they've changed their mind at the moment, but they have keep asking me, what was that guy's name again? So that way I can point them in the right direction and hopefully they'll get the same help and advice that I did.
We had a successful result for multiple blocks in a short period of time, and we also got the price we were looking for. I'd recommend Gary Brar to friends and family. He's sold every property that I've given him for the price that I've asked, and he's got a proven track record with good negotiation skills.